Hello and welcome back to another video. And as you can see, we have the heifers put inside. Those are the cows that have calved recently. They're the last three to have calved, and we have a patient out here. The two cows and the two calves that were with them out in the shroy down below are now down in the garden with the teaser bull, so they're down there. Once they're ready to go out, I think they'd be going out down below or up at the back of the house. Obviously we have a patient out here, one of the dry cows, patient. So she's in there for the time being. But why on earth do we have the cattle or the heifers in the house? We moved them from the shroy because the shroy was getting way too soft and there was no grass in there for them, so they had no food and they were just bogging up the field on us. And when I mean it's soft, I mean it's soft. There's patches of it where it's just water lying on top of the ground like a lake, and there's other patches where the water is lying on top of the ground but it's really soft. Those are the actual soft spots in the field are just absolutely gone way beyond soft at this point. So we had to move the two calves out, and instead of putting them inside, we put them down below, and we're going moving the heifers here to another field, but there's some fencing to be done first, and it's just time to get that fencing done with other stuff to be done as well. So just tighten up the area because there's a couple of fences broke due to deers jumping fences, and deers crawling under fences just have them all smashed, which is a pain. So we're tipping along with that in the evening, getting bits and bobs of it done. So hopefully by the weekend we'll have the heifers let out into the new field, green pastures. But for now they're inside eating silage, which is what we have to do today, is put in a bale of silage, as you can see. A knot in there. So we had to use the tractor and trailer to bring that patient up from the field, and we have to put in a bale from here, the corner. You can see that we've already been knocking a couple of bales out of here. So two bales are already gone. The bale at the bottom and the bale that was sitting at top is now gone. We have to put another one in, so probably this one here. Just have to move that back. The last two bales we put in, we used the bale handler there, so I think I'll just use that again. Probably the hand just back in, lift up the bale, cut out the back end of it, tip it up on its flat within the shed there, and rip the plastic off it. So yeah, we'd have to take the trailer off the International and put on the bale handler and get a bale thrown in, which is what I will do now. But while I'm here, very quickly, because the cows are getting quite hungry, is to show you down below. Whether or not you can see it, we have the two cows just there. The two calves actually went underneath the electric tape there, but they're not able to go that far. They'll come back to get their feed of milk, and we have the teaser bull just there. So those were the two cows and the two calves and the teaser bull that were out in the other field with the heifers, which are now brought back into the shed. But anyways, enough chit chat, because the cattle are lewing, so they are hungry, and we'll quickly put a bale in for them. So yeah, let's put a bale in for them. We're getting quite hungry. happy out. That's the cows fed and the heifers fed with silage. So you might be wondering why we use the bale handler and not this bale splitter to pull in the bale and sort of split the bale into 4 sections or whatnot and shove it under their heads, rather than the way that we done it here, using the bale handler and standing a full bale up and then graping it to them. The reason for that is they only get to eat what we throw in front of them. So even though the heifers there, what they have in front of them, will probably do them all through today anyways, until evening time. The cows here might need to, the 3 cows here might need to be replenished, maybe during the day, give them another small grapeful. And the patient out here isn't really eating much, because she's not feeling 100%, but she's getting there. She's going through her antibiotics and whatnot, so she'll get back on her feet once again, hopefully. But yeah, why we done it this way rather than the bale splitter way is because if we put in a bale with the bale splitter and shove it under their heads, especially the 3 cows here, they'd have that 8 in a day. Whatever they have in front of them, they'd have 8 in a day. When we do it this way, the bale will last that little bit longer. So this bale actually here might do them, and there might even still be a small bit of this bale left over by the time we get them out, the 3 cows and calves out, and the heifers out by the weekend. This bale might be gone by then, or there might be some left. If we put it in with the bale handler, we'd have to be putting in another bale. So that's then 2 bales gone, which I guess it doesn't really matter because we have no shortage of bales. But look, it is what it is. It's not supposed to be inside eating silage at this time of the year. Not in our farm anyways. They're usually brought in October, November time for herd tests and all that. But they're just temporarily in the shed at this time until we get fencing in fields sorted. So I already mentioned that already. So once we have the fence sorted, the barbed wire that the deers keep breaking, which is a pain, the heifers will be gone out of here. So hopefully by the weekend hopefully. But you can see that there's a couple of mouldy patches on this bale here, but this bale that I took out from the bit out there is from 2 years ago, or coming on 3 years actually. Could be 3 years now. But it's actually good dry silage. It's not too wet, but it's not too dry. It's not haylage. There's still a bit of moisture and sugar and sweetness in it for the cattle, and they do like eating it quite a lot. So yeah, it's not like last year's bales we got off our own silage field, which were just pure wet, just bales of water basically. But these are probably 2 or 3 years. I think they could have been the first bales with our new contractor when our old contractor sort of retired and whatnot. But because the plastic, it wasn't net that's on it. Our new contractor uses, although the first year he did use net, so this might have been the second year he was doing our silage for us, because the first year he used net, but any other year instead of the net he uses this clear film. There's enough on that in previous videos about feeding cattle on the channel, so if you want to see what that's all about, you can go back and watch them. But yeah, instead of using the actual netting, it's clear film, and it goes in with the plastic, and you can dispose of it with the plastic, so it's recyclable. You just put it into whatever, you put it into your trailer when you're going with the actual wrap, and it's the same thing. There's obviously new ones out now where it's actual netting, but it's the same sort of material as the plastic itself. It's biodegradable or recyclable or whatever you want to call it. But this one is just clear film, basically like wrap but clear film. That's them fed. It's good quality silage, nothing wrong with it at all, as you can see. Good quality silage. So hopefully they'll be let out by the weekend, and they'll be let out by the weekend. I don't exactly know where they're going, but I know exactly where they're going. The field that they were in before, which is what we call the shroy, they're going in the field directly beside that field. So there's just a bit of fencing to be done, and then they'll be drawn over with the trailer. With the cattle down below here, I don't know, are we leaving them down there, or will we move them up across the road behind our own house? Not 100% sure yet. We'll probably leave them down below there so they can eat the grass in the garden, which is what we call that field down below. And they'll probably join them as well, because all that's down there is the 2 cows and the 2 calves. The first 2 cows that calved at the start of this year are down there, along with the teaser bull, which we have removed his chin ball because his job is now finished. So the chin ball he had on his neck under his chin is now finished. The marker that he used so we could see which one of these ladies were in calf. Now I don't know where we put it. Could be left out here, not 100% sure, or it could be stored away. It's stored away somewhere. Oh no, it's there. This is what was on his chin. This. So that's the lid where you put the sort of ink in it. That was underneath his chin, and that was the marker itself. So every time he mounted the cow or a heifer, don't know what way that they did, you know, I don't know how it happens, but if it's on their lower back, it just means he's lifted his head up and sort of grazed by their back. If it's in the middle of their back, he'd leave a mark like that. So when it's in the middle of their back, that means he was in action. The heifer or cow was a bulling. It's time to call your AI man and get them bulled. So obviously there'll be a video about that later on in the channel, how we found our teaser bull and all that, the pros and the cons sort of a thing. But we'll get more into that in that video whenever it comes out. But he did have a load of them plastered, I will say that much. So it wasn't too bad at all. Also the slurry is mixed. There's a couple of loads gone out, but we only sucked them loads out because there's a slurry 2024 video on my channel, just a very short one. We just sucked a couple of loads out to make room to put water into it for agitating. So we sucked a couple of loads out and we put a couple of loads in the tanker and emptied that water into the tin there while we were agitating. But we also had the eave gutters in the sheds, which are just up above there, piped. We had a big pipe going down here, sitting at the ground here. Every time it rained and the eave gutters was filling, it was flowing down into the tank itself, which there's a YouTube shorts about that as well on the channel. So the whole slurry procedure, there's either a short video or a YouTube shorts about it. So the slurry is not finished yet. By no means is it done in any way, but you can see down there it's ready to go whenever. It's good. The majority of those 2 tanks will be going on our silage field. Any loads we put out went on the grazing field just down below there, but the majority of it will be going on our silage fields, and then whatever is left, probably any fields that was grazed, just to replenish grass there and get it growing again for next year. Not much grass is probably going to be grown at this time of the year. So yeah, anyways, I think that is it. We have a bale put in, cattle are fed, happy days. And there's the calf. But anyways, also a quick update on the, I don't know which one it was, this buck here actually. This buck here, when he was born, you may have remembered from my calving update video, one of his, I can't remember, was it his front legs or back legs, I keep forgetting, but one of his legs were sort of twisted or bent or just odd, not 100% right, but it actually straightened out by itself. Someone in the comments section did say that it might need to be a vet that needs to come out and put him in some sort of cast or something, that it was some sort of defect in calves and cows that happen when they are born, but luckily it wasn't that. I don't know the name of it. I did look it up and it is an actual thing, but luckily it's not that at all. No vet was needed, no cast, it straightened out itself. I think it was just because the cow, he was born outside, he might have got caught coming out of the cow, or when he was born he might have got caught somewhere in the field or something. We still don't know, we probably would never know. But the main thing is his leg is now straightened up quite a lot, a big improvement on it. Even when it was sort of bent or crooked or whatnot, it wasn't limiting his movement. He wasn't in pain, or he was still able to walk and run and all that, and he wasn't in any pain. So it straightened out itself. He's a good looking healthy calf, and he's motoring on nicely. He probably cannot wait to get outside onto grass and feel the fresh air running through his hair. Anyways, that is enough for rambling now. That's going to be the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my merch. The link to that will be down in the description. And I'll see ya in my next video very soon. Take care.